Good afternoon, friends. So what's going on with the U.S. economy? High inflation is continuing to affect millions of Americans. State lawmakers have also announced that they are sending out one-time payments next week, and thousands of rebates will be distributed in one batch. Dear friends, I'll be going over everything that you need to know. So please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, please make sure that you click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances, dear friends, of winning the weekly giveaways. According to the Minnesota Department of Revenue, thousands of one-time tax rebate checks that are being reissued after they went uncashed have since expired and will be mailed out very soon. The department will reissue more than 128,000 one-time tax rebate checks after they were issued in November and December 2023. These checks will be mailed out starting next week and should wrap around the end of March. The new checks will be sent from the state of Minnesota, unlike the previous checks that were mailed out by a company in Montana and kind of look like junk mail. The rebate check is not taxable on your Minnesota income tax return. However,
thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you to Congressman Pfluger for introducing this important legislation that I'm proud to co-sponsor. I rise in support of H.R. 7176 that will streamline LNG export authorizations and put our nation back on track towards energy dominance. This bill will put downward pressure on global natural gas markets and expand economic opportunities across the country. We are blessed with abundant natural resources that create jobs, lower costs for Americans, and advance our national security interests abroad. Unfortunately, since day one, the Biden administration has led our nation into an energy crisis of their own making. President Biden's latest LNG export ban is nothing more than a political stunt to appease far-left activists. Hoosiers watching at home won't be fooled by their false claims of environmental stewardship. American LNG is the cleanest form of natural gas available and has allowed the U.S. to lead the world in emissions reductions. It's way past time this administration paid attention to the experts and not the radical environmentalists. I yield back.
It is taxable on your federal tax return, so you will be sent a Form 1099 miscellaneous to use when filing your 2023 income taxes. Local news stations say that if you think you're eligible for a rebate check, but do not receive one by May 1st, you should contact the Minnesota Department of Revenue. The tax rebates, adding up to about $1 billion, are part of legislation, which was signed by Democratic Governor Tim Walz in May 2023, to return a portion of a projected $17.6 billion budget surplus back to taxpayers. Governor Walz previously said at a news conference, the aim of the rebates and the rest of the package was to make life more affordable for middle-class Minnesotans. Payments of $260 went to individuals whose adjusted gross income in 2021 was $75,000 or less. Married couples who filed joint returns and had an adjusted gross income of $150,000 or less received $520. Eligible families also received $260 per dependent, up to 3 dependents, for a maximum of $1,300. So despite a slowdown in inflation, the average American is still spending significantly more on everyday essentials. In January, the typical U.S. household had to shell out an extra $213 each month to afford the same goods and services just 1 year ago. According to calculations by Mark Zandi, the chief economist at Moody's Analytics, compared to 2 years ago, Americans are now spending an average of $605 more each month and $1,019 more compared to 3 years ago, before the inflation crisis started. While inflation has decreased since mid-2022, millions of families are yet to experience tangible relief. Lisa Sturdivant, the chief economist at Bright MLS, emphasized that although inflation is moving in the right direction, a lower inflation rate does not mean that prices are decreasing, but instead prices are rising more slowly, and consumers are still feeling the impact of higher prices for the most common purchases. The recent report from the Labor Department reveals that the Consumer Price Index increased by 0.3% in January compared to the previous month, with prices rising 3.1% from the same time last year. Despite a decrease from mid-2022, prices are still up significantly. So this ongoing inflation has created financial challenges for most U.S. households, especially impacting low-income individuals who already struggle with their tight budgets. The Consumer Price Index remains higher than pre-crisis levels, with necessities such as food, gasoline, rent, and childcare significantly more expensive than 1 year ago. Housing costs have been a major driver of inflation, with rent increases by 0.6% in the past month and 6.1% from the same time last year. Other essentials like food and groceries have also experienced price hikes in January, contributing to the overall financial strain on American households. So as a result, Americans are depleting their savings and increasingly relying on credit cards to cover their basic expenses. Recent data from the New York Federal Reserve indicates a concerning trend in credit card debt, reaching a new record high at the end of December. Well, my magnificent and most marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Dear friends, thank you so much for being part of this community. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, every Friday I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, do make sure that you click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Thank you, and have a wonderful and very blessed week.